Hello, Saturday, the 8th of June was a special day, and it was the Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge, one of the premier mile races in the South African racing calendar, over 1600 meters, and it always promises to be one of the race meetings to savor. Alongside the Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge was the Tibashina Stakes, and we had the Cup Trial, and we had two juvenile features. It was also added on was a certain Richard Fourie, who was looking to make history when it comes to South African racing, wanting to break a record that was set by jockey Anthony Delpeche, a mark of 334 winners. And was it going to be today? Well, it certainly was. Well, now that we look back on the races, the 9 races, I think it will be a date to remember for different reasons, but Richard Fourie would have stolen the show.
Yeah, 100%. Tease. What a day for Richard, and we knew it was bound to happen. It was just a matter of when, and we had this conversation that it could have been today. It could have certainly been today, and I think Whistle the Tune winning just set the tone.
Yep, let's get straight into race number 1. Race number 1 was a juvenile plate. It was over 1,000 meters, and we'll have a look at the final stages.
Along the inside, 300 meters to go. Master Casper being kept together. Impact Investor now asked to fetch. The Specialist goes to the inside. This trio have the race to themselves. The Specialist is finding a dream rails run on the inside, and Samanga Kamalo and the Specialist will draw first blood. Then came Master Casper.
Well, there we saw number 2, the Specialist, winning, son of the United States, from the MJ Ordinadal yard for Samanga Kumalo. And MJ just came with 1 run on the day, and it made it. He made it 1 from 1. And geez, D's just having a look at this horse. He's progressive and he's improving quite nicely. Obviously, 1200 meters last them out. Not easy to drop back in trip to 5 furlongs against horses that have proven themselves over the distance, but he did it well there.
Yeah, credit to the horse and credit to the stable. You mentioned just the 1 runner on the day. I thought it was a brilliant ride by Samanga Kumalo. The pace was on with those 2 horses up in front. He bodied his time on that inside running lane, took the shortest way home, and a fluent winner was number 2, the Specialist. So that was a nice start if you managed to find the Specialist in race number 1. Race number 2, the exotics began there. When we speak about exotics, it was the start of the bipod. And the second race, well, we had a very strong favorite in the race called Vibe SA from a visiting stable of Tony Peter. Was going to be partnered by Calvin Habib. There were good vibes about this horse in the parade ring. I did have a chat with the trainer Tony Peter prior to the running of the race, and he sounded very confident. Traveling horses is not easy, but this horse, he did say, traveled well, and he was expecting a good run. At one stage of the game, when you have a look at that replay over the final 100 meters or so, he looked like he was the horse to beat, but wow, what a finish from a horse that was unknown in the betting market.
Yeah, it's a finish similar to what we saw in race number 8, but this was Vibe SA. He's for punters, he's becoming a bit costly to follow, and unfortunately just found 1 too good on the day. Let's have a look at the concluding stages of the race here, where Bugalux was your winner.
Forward, Lancier's trying to run on towards the outside. Vibe SA now comes home to the inside. Dapper's still a big runner. Lancier on the outside. Vibe SA, once again the rails run. Running on Lancier down the centre of the course. Trying to fight back as Dapper the last 100. Dapper's coming back at Vibe SA, and Bugalux flew, mate.
Well, it doesn't show, but a lot happens prior to a race, and this horse, his saddle slipped badly on the way down to the start, and Sean Veal had very little control of him. Of course, you got time to check your equipment behind the starting stalls, see that everything is 100%, and he came back like a horse that knew what it was all about. We mentioned horses like Dapper, number 7, and number 1, Vibe SA. They look to have the race to themselves. They're possibly going to run 1-2, but to come through and win with a flying finish was number 9, Bugalux from the Dean Canamea stable. If I have to judge him on this performance, and considering the amount of energy that he possibly spent up prior to going down to the start, I'll pencil him as a horse to follow. I'd like to see how he goes next time out post-maiden.
These also, to add to that, as Dean mentioned in the interview, there's been a lot of issues with this horse. He had to overcome knee surgery, he's a rig, so he had to go through different procedures to get to this point, and for him to be able to win after a rest shows that he's certainly got something about him. But let's move along to race number 3, and this was the first of our features, the Hollywoodbets Super League Debonair Stakes over 1400 meters, and this was a start of Richard Foury's 3 winners on the day. He got the job done with number 3, Whistle the Tune, and she seemed to be a bit on edge in the parade ring, just sort of not on best behavior, but that didn't stop her from winning these.
Yeah, I think this was a quality field. When you have a look at what they brought to the table going into the race, there were some exciting horses here, and it was about bragging rights. Which horses are we going to be seeing on Hollywoodbets Durban July Day, which is the Golden Slipper, the feature race, a Group 2 for 2-year-old fillies, and this race was going to tell us a bit more. There were some notable omissions that we'll possibly see in the nominations come Hollywoodbets Durban July Day for the Golden Slipper, but let's have a look at the final stages.
Careful Gots between them. 300 meters to go. Whistle the Tune, the one to get a hold of, with a use of length and a half advantage. Scars of War trying to close in. Barbara's running on late on the outside. Whistle the Tune, though, still has a length and a half to spare. Barbara's coming late as they come down to the line. Richard Foury and Whistle the Tune gets this one home. Barbara's second.
Yeah, it was 2 to go after that for Richard Foury. 1 to level the record and 2 to beat it, and he managed to do that. Race number 4 was a race where he managed to level it, and he did that with number 12, Great Plains, who is a horse that just continues to improve. He's now won 3 in a row, and he seems to be a horse that's going places, and a very exciting son of the non-platina, and one that I'm keen to see him run on Hollywoodbets Durban July D's, because his turn of foot is something special.
Yeah, just recapping on race number 3, you know, we saw number 3, Whistle the Tune, win an excellent race, but there are horses that you can pick out there. That horse of Sean Terry was very friendly in the betting market, called Vavara, is a horse I'll certainly want to see where to next from a stable of Sean Terry. But coming back to race number 4, yeah, one of the performances on the day, you know, we're not going to take any gloss away from the Group 1 winner, who we'll see later on today in the main event, which was Dave the King, and the other feature race winners on the day. But this was one of the build-up races to the Golden Horseshoe on Hollywoodbets Durban July Day, the Gate Crasher Stakes, a listed race. And I say one of the performances on the day because to have so much of confidence in a horse, to ride him the way Richard did, takes some doing. It just shows what, you know, relationship they've built up together, because as you get to know the individual and how to ride him, where to place him, when you know he's going to kick, that type of confidence is passed on from horse to jockey.
Absolutely, and the stablemate Makazole, well, he ran second in the race, and he was used up from the draw, and let's see how Makazole finishes off his race. But watch down the inside running rail, the Great Plains.
And makes the presence felt. Growfield coming to the 300-meter marker. It's open. The Moss still the leader. Down the inside, Makazole. Wahid's trying to close in. Great Plains goes down the inside. It's wide open. Wahid's running on. Great Plains on the inside. Great Plains and Wahid's, but Great Plains catching the right wave home with Richard Foury. Second, Makazole.
Well, it was a great result for the stable of Justin Snater, with Great Plains beating number 10 Makazole, but you don't actually see what transpired in the beginning of the race. When you show the final stages of a race, you could see that he had some ground to make up going into the 400, but as they were turning into the home straight, he was last, dead last in the field, many lengths back. And for a young horse to make up that type of ground with horses that are not stopping in front of you takes some doing. He looks like a special horse. Where to next for Great Plains? Well, that's up to Justin Snate to decide. Is it Hollywoodbets Durban July Day and Gold Cup Day, which is the 1600-meter race called the Premier's Champion Stakes for the 2-year-olds, or will we just see him on Hollywoodbets Durban July Day? Exciting horse, exciting times ahead for the connections. The one runner that I think we can make excuses for was Wahid.
Yeah.
He did not get the best of luck in running. The way the race turned out for Raymond Danielson, he had to go wide around it. He spent a lot of energy.
Yeah, he certainly did, and he's the one horse that he still managed to run third, which is credit to him and the ability that the horse does have. So he's definitely a horse that I think we need to keep an eye on moving forward, and beat Hollywoodbets Durbanville in the Golden Horseshoe, or beat on Gold Cup Day in the Premier's Champion Stakes. But let's move along to race number 5, and race number 5 was the first of our 3 graded races on the day, over 1800 meters, and this race, well, it was won by number 10, Oriental Charm. And to the SABC viewers, hopefully they enjoy the coverage, Dees.
Yeah, you know, we thank them for covering South African horse racing, especially from Hollywoodbets to July on such a grand day. So to our SABC viewers, all the best, and hopefully you'll be joining us in the not too distant future.
Narina Trigon, Ponte Pietra in between horses. Mucho Dinero makes his run towards the inside, but he's got 6 lanes to make up. Jordan further back. Oriental Charm 250 out is in front with a 1-length lead over Narina Trigon. Shoemaker trying to wear them down. Then comes Sundance Kid. Oriental Charm relentless up in front. Oriental Charm wants it. He wants it badly, and Oriental Charm has won. Second goes the way of Shoemaker. Then...
Well, that was Oriental Charm winning there, and it was a very, very fluent win from the son of Vercingetorix, JP van der Merwe and Brett Crawford teaming up, and it almost seems that he's booked his ticket into the Hollywoodbets Durban July. Race number 6, the Tibishina Stakes over 1400 meters. It was 3-3-5 for Richard Fourie with double Grand Slam.
Grand Slam, they've opened up like the Red Sea in the middle of the course. She's in hot pursuit. Then comes Ripple Effect. They now reach the final 250. Bavarian Beauty, but Richard Fourie and double Grand Slam, they tighten up. Then comes Humdinger towards the outside, but this could well be the moment. It's double Grand Slam as Richard Fourie becomes a legend of South African sport. Double Grand Slam won 3-3-5. Humdinger second, Bavarian Beauty, then...
Yeah, credit to the stable of Justin Snate, the way they've turned things around with this individual double Grand Slam, and now winning this Tibishina Stakes, and what a victory from the filly. She made it look very, very easy. She was topping the best weighted column, and added to that, as you heard it from Alistair in that commentary, what a moment for South African horse racing when it comes to the jockey ranks. Richard Fourie breaking the record. Then on to our main event, the highlight, Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge, a Group 1 star-studded field went to post.
In front, took the lead from it, Weary, It's Raining William. Then Give Me Another Chance, Cousin Casey. See It Again, Main Defender. Sandringham Summit, Gladiatorian under the outside. It's Dave the King in front. He's got 200 metres left to run. See It Again second, Sandringham Summit and Cousin Casey. Dave the King continues to lead. He's got a 2-length lead, and Dave the King has won it. Dave the King picks up a big Grade 1. Second...
Well, Dave the King, he finally got it right. He finally got his success in a Grade 1 after being placed on a number of occasions. He gets it right in the Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge, and he's been a horse that has always had to settle for second or third behind the best in the country, but today was his day.
I think Mike summed it up perfectly when he said that the horse desperately needed gelding, and since he's been gelding, he's been a different horse. Yeah, Muzi alluded to the fact that he can be a Meneer on the way down to the start. It's nice when a horse has personality, and this individual, he's promised so much throughout his career, from the time when he started off with trainer Vaughan Marshall down in Cape Town. He always promised a lot. I actually was a big fan of him. Not that I've gone off him, but today I thought that against these horses that have these credentials over 1600 meters, he'll run well, but I didn't expect him to win. So things worked out perfectly. Muzi summed it up with regards to pace and how it can suit certain horses. They certainly played into his hand. Big performance, big win, and well done to all the winning connections. Dave the King wins the 2024 Hollywoodbets Gold Challenge. Then on to race number 8. Now this race I'll leave to you to watch. If you can find the winner at the 300 meter mark where this starts off, then you're a genius.
Temptation, Blue Sleeves, Green Cap towards the outside. Then came Plaza Accord with 300 metres left to run. Common Grounds, Kupalewe. Then King of the Gauls, 2 off the inside. Romance and Rome launches with him. Teflon Man the Grey. Further back then to Accept Temptation. 150 out. King of the Gauls came striding into the lead. Second place, Common Grounds. Romance and Rome. King of the Gauls will get there, or Teflon Man. Desperately close.
As I said, because if you still frame it at the 300 meter mark, you don't pick him as a winner. He had so much work to do. It's a fast track when you turn into the straight with the shorter run in, and it's really difficult to make up the ground, especially over a sprint trip. So that was incredible for the followers of Teflon Man to get up on the post. But you had to feel for the guys that were on King of the Gauls, and a nice run from him. He never threw in the towel. He ran all the way to the line. He just found one better on the day. And then on to the lucky last, race number 9.
Izzy Bulo quickly got towards the leaders. Sweeter Than Honey in between horses also goes okay. Next best towards the outsiders, Hurricane Flies, as they now clear the final 250 in the middle of the course. Nautical Landing, Hurricane Flies, but up the inside, Izzy Bulo and Sweeter Than Honey. They lock horns. Sweeter Than Honey grabbing the advantage into the latter stages, and Sweeter Than Honey ran away from Izzy Bulo. Third went to Nautical.
Yeah, that was Sweeter Than Honey winning the final race on the program for Doug Campbell and Rachel Vinegar to wrap up what was a great day of racing here out at Hollywoodbets Greyville. And these, we obviously had a number of feature races on the day, but it's now done and dusted. And what would be the one race that you take out from the 9 races today?
Well, there's so many, there's for different reasons. The 2-year-olds, you can say that it was Great Plains that stole the show amongst the younger horses. When it comes to the big race, it was Dave the King, then double Grand Slam winning, and what a special moment for Richard Fourie. So, for different reasons. But what I'd like to do, and this is not planned, on behalf of the team at Gallop TV and everybody that is a racing fan, Richard, this is for you. If you're listening in the jockey room, well done to you. You've really given us some tremendous moments throughout the season, and for you to achieve this number of 335 on the 8th of June with so many weeks left till the end of the championship, well, you have done an incredible thing, and it will be something that I will remember for a long, long time. So on behalf of the team at Gallop TV, it was Alistair Cohen up in the commentary box with Sheldon Peters, Ryle Radhakrishna in studio, Graham Hawkins was in the Gallop TV studio. Ryle, you can have a hand on that as well. This is to you, Richard Fourie, breaking the South African Championship. Well done, Richard. Go your beauty.